Imagine a world where AI can effortlessly craft a perfect phishing website in just 30 seconds flat. Or maybe a world where it can predict earthquakes weeks before they even strike. Which path are we truly walking down? Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging into a really fascinating stack of reports, research papers, and news summaries from July 2025, painting a pretty comprehensive picture of artificial intelligence right now. Our mission for you is to unpack AI's dizzying global impact. We want to cut through the noise, to reveal both its incredible jaw-dropping promise and its genuinely concerning perils. We're going to help you understand the urgent questions surrounding AI's role in everything from the quiet creep of cybercrime to groundbreaking healthcare advancements and even the very fabric of your personal relationships. Okay, let's unpack this then. It really feels like we're standing at a true turning point with AI, doesn't it? As we dug into these sources, it became strikingly clear. AI is an incredibly powerful tool, yes, capable of so much good, but it's also, surprisingly, a major enabler of disruption and, frankly, even malice.
It really is striking. What's fascinating here is how clearly these documents paint AI as a quintessential double-edged sword.
Hmm.
On one side, we're seeing unprecedented innovation that could genuinely solve some of humanity's biggest problems. But on the other, it's opening up entirely new categories of threats that demand immediate global attention. This duality isn't just theoretical. It's playing out in real time across pretty much every single sector you can imagine.
Absolutely. And when we talk about AI being weaponized, it sounds almost sci-fi, doesn't it?
Hmm.
But the reports suggest this isn't future gazing. It's happening right now at, well, an astounding pace. Let's start with that darker side because the speed at which AI is being weaponized for malicious activities is frankly chilling. Our sources detail how AI is putting cyber attacks on absolute steroids.
It truly is. Take Okta's recent report, for example. It reveals that hackers are now openly using Vercel's cutting-edge AI technology, specifically something called V0, to create precise copies of well-known company pages. Get this, in a shocking 30 seconds flat. Just think about that for a moment. This isn't just about sending out more spam or, a basic fake email. This is the first time AI is being used to build entire phishing infrastructures, perfectly mimicking legitimate sites almost instantly.
Wow. 30 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine crafting a convincing scam site quicker than you can brew a cup of coffee. That drastically lowers the barrier for cyber criminals, turning what used to be a bespoke, kind of labor-intensive attack into a mass-produced threat.
That's terrifyingly efficient. And it's not just phishing sites, right? We're apparently in what's being called the golden age of fake endorsement scams. And the reports give this chilling example. Renowned endocrinologist Jonathan Shaw was completely deepfaked in a video, aggressively promoting a non-existent miracle formula for diabetes. The result, real financial loss and despair for unsuspecting victims. Just awful.
It's a textbook example of a perfect crime enabled by AI. It really is. Scammers now use AI to do everything. Generate plausible product names, design compelling packaging, write persuasive promotional copy. They even conjure up false research citations to lend credibility. It's all automated. Then, they rapidly build entire e-commerce platforms and deploy armies of fake accounts and review bots to create instant, believable social proof.
So the whole package.
The whole thing. And if that wasn't enough, there are now specialized dark AI services emerging, things like Worm GPT and Fraud GPT. These allow even novice hackers to generate sophisticated fake invoices, forged documents, and automated scam scripts with absolutely no ethical constraints whatsoever. It's essentially cybercrime as a service democratized.
So AI is building the scams, faking the endorsements, writing the fraudulent documents. It's truly a full-stack criminal enterprise. And get this, even the AI chatbots themselves are becoming phishing vectors. Netcraft's research found that GPT 4.1, for instance, provided correct login URLs only 66% of the time. The rest, either non-existent pages or completely unrelated sites. Not great.
Not great at all. And a prime and deeply concerning example cited is Perplexity AI, actually recommending a phishing website for Wells Fargo, a site that perfectly mimicked the bank's corporate image instead of the official one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and this risk is profoundly amplified as Google, Bing, and other major search engines continue to integrate AI-generated answers as, default features. You might not even realize you're getting an AI hallucinated response that leads you straight to a sophisticated scam thinking it's the definitive answer. That's a massive trust issue building up right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And if that's not enough to keep you up at night, AI is also posing a direct, unprecedented threat to democracy and elections globally. The statistics are truly shocking. AI has been used in elections in at least 50 countries, primarily for misleading voters and undermining democratic processes. It's not just about influencing opinion anymore. It's about fundamentally distorting reality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This includes using deepfake images and videos to make candidates say or appear in scenarios that do not exist at all, effectively creating alternate realities.
Yeah.
It's not just random rogue actors. Autocratic nations like Russia, China, and Iran are noted for most frequently abusing AI to interfere in other countries' elections.
Right.
The sheer scale and low-cost generative capabilities of AI make this far more efficient and insidious than traditional troll factories.
Mm.
Where propaganda once required human hours, AI can weaponize misinformation at an industrial scale. It makes it nearly impossible for citizens to discern truth, and that erodes the very bedrock of democratic participation.
We saw a stark example in Romania where a far-right candidate leveraged AI deepfake videos to emerge as a significant contender in the presidential election. And for the U.S. 2024 election, data shows a 70% surge in AI-generated deepfake videos and micro-targeted political ads compared to 2020. That's huge. Data Integrity Lab observed at least 120 million AI-driven political short videos with over 2.5 billion views on platforms like TikTok and YouTube. It's no longer just an information war, it's an information tsunami.
Indeed, it paints a deeply concerning picture of AI's disruptive power and its potential to destabilize foundational societal structures.
Hmm.
But as we discussed, AI is a double-edged sword, and while that's the deeply worrying side, there's also a future it's enabling that's brimming with possibilities, isn't there?
It absolutely is. And as we dug deeper into these reports, we started to uncover the truly transformative, positive side of AI. Here's where it gets really interesting. It's clear AI isn't just about the scary headlines. It's genuinely pushing humanity forward in incredible ways, changing lives for the better. In healthcare, for instance, we're seeing breakthroughs like the Sinfonia project in Greece. They're using AI to personalize X-ray radiation doses for patient safety, reducing unnecessary exposure. That's fantastic.
It really is. And in the Netherlands, the BrainMaps.ai system has achieved a remarkable 97.4% overall lesion detection sensitivity for brain MRI scans. It can even spot tiny tumors under 3 millimeters that human eyes might miss. And importantly, this system assists radiologists, dramatically shortening reading times and significantly reducing misdiagnosis rates. It's about augmenting human capability, not replacing it, leading to faster, more accurate diagnoses.
That's a key distinction. Augmentation, not replacement. Beyond healthcare, AI is also driving enhanced productivity and economic growth. Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, has predicted that AI agents may actually join the workforce in 2025. He envisions a future where everyone has a personal AI team, leading to shared intelligence and great prosperity. That's a pretty bold vision for our daily work lives.
It is bold. And Mark Cuban, the billionaire investor, goes even further. He predicts that the world's first trillionaire will emerge from developing successful AI innovations.
Oh.
And this isn't just hype. Look at India's AI market. It's projected to triple to $17 billion by 2027, becoming one of the fastest growing AI economies globally.
No.
That's fueled by its large data scale and a surge of 2,000 new AI startups in just the past 3 years alone. It's an economic revolution in progress.
Wow, 2,000 startups. And it's making science more accessible, too. A KU Leuven study used Google Labs' Notebook LM AI to automatically convert complex medical and nursing papers into podcast audio.
Yeah.
And get this, half the authors actually thought the AI-generated voices were human. The goal is precisely to help patients and the general public quickly grasp the latest scientific achievements without needing a science degree. That's true democratization of knowledge.
It absolutely is. And finally, in advanced predictions and monitoring, the Artemis project is using AI with nuclear technology to analyze radon gas for earthquake warnings several weeks before an earthquake occurs. Several weeks. That's an incredible lead time, potentially saving countless lives.
Weeks. Incredible.
Yeah. And another team, LP Sotolero, is applying AI to nuclear power plant maintenance with a handheld optical detection device, making critical infrastructure safer and more efficient.
Okay, so we've seen the incredible highs and the terrifying lows. But this isn't just about technology, it's about us, right? How do these changes ripple through our daily lives, our relationships, and even our jobs? That's where the real human AI frontier emerges. And it raises an important question. How do we balance these incredible advancements with the inherent risks? The key seems to be understanding AI's true capabilities versus our human needs and limitations.
Absolutely. And the documents really highlight profound impacts on human-AI interaction and our psychological well-being. There's a staggering Joy AI survey which reveals that 80% of Gen Z respondents are willing to marry AI, and 83% believe they can develop deep emotional bonds with AI.
Yeah.
That's a significant shift in the very concept of human connection.
That's a huge shift in how we perceive relationships, isn't it? Sociologist Julie Albright warns that Over-reliance on voice and text AI may lead people further away from offline interaction, creating a sort of digital isolation. And the tragic reality, as these reports highlight, is that in 2023, there were documented cases of teenagers committing suicide due to emotional conflicts with AI chatbots. This isn't just theoretical, it's a real and present danger to mental health that we need to grapple with right now.
It truly is. And beyond relationships, AI also impacts human creativity,
Yeah.
but maybe not how you'd expect. A study from the Max Planck Institute in the University of Pittsburgh found that while AI helps individuals generate more novel ideas, group creativity can actually decrease. They call it a cognitive fixation effect.
Cognitive fixation, how does that work?
Basically, the group can get tunnel vision, relying too heavily on the AI's initial output. It sort of stifles true divergence and that spontaneous collaboration that comes from diverse human perspectives bouncing off each other. It's like we get stuck in an AI-generated echo chamber.
That's fascinating, a real paradox there. Individual boost, group drag. And when it comes to AI adoption in the workplace, employee morale can really take a hit if not managed carefully. A Nordic field experiment showed that personalized AI tools increased sales by up to 16%, which sounds great. But unadjusted generic systems led to a decline in sales by over 20%, and critically, significant frustration and loss of motivation among employees.
Right. One participant was quoted feeling trapped and having lost motivation. It just underscores the critical need for human-centered AI implementation strategies. It's
Yeah.
not just about the tech itself. It's about how it thoughtfully integrates with human workflows and psychology, empowering people rather than making them feel redundant or overwhelmed.
Human-centered. That seems key. Shifting gears now to the truly massive scale. These changes are reshaping entire nations and economies. What are we seeing there? Because AI is clearly transforming the job market. Ford CEO Jim Farley issued this stark warning. AI will replace half of America's white-collar jobs. Half. That's not a small adjustment.
No, it's huge. And he also highlights a huge talent gap emerging in blue-collar skilled trades. He's urging a reevaluation of our education pathways to prepare for this shift. Sam Altman himself acknowledges that AI will eliminate entire job categories. This isn't just about automation optimizing existing jobs. It's about a fundamental societal restructuring of work itself, demanding entirely new skills and roles.
And the sheer infrastructure and energy demands are just staggering. Sam Altman is concerned that if there is not enough infrastructure, AI may become a limited resource, potentially leading to conflict and benefiting only the wealthy, which is a scary thought. Consider this. Elon Musk's xAI is planning a 1 million Nvidia Blackwell accelerator data center in Memphis, Tennessee. Building that requires something wild: the purchase and transatlantic transport of an entire power plant.
An entire power plant. Let's put that in perspective. This single facility alone could consume somewhere between 1.4, 1.96 gigawatts of power.
Yeah.
That's equivalent to powering roughly 1.9 million homes. Essentially a small city's worth of electricity, all for one AI data center.
Unbelievable.
And this massive demand also raises significant environmental justice issues. xAI faced friction for operating gas turbines without authorization in Memphis's Bachtown neighborhood. That's an environmentally burdened community that already experiences disproportionate pollution. It highlights how the AI boom can really exacerbate existing societal inequities if not managed responsibly.
Yeah, that's a crucial point, often overlooked. And let's not forget global supply chain dependencies. NVIDIA's dominance in AI computing relies on this vast supply chain network spanning Taiwan, the US, Japan, and South Korea.
Right, which creates an asymmetric reliance across the globe. This can lead to significant volatility for smaller suppliers and massive capital expenditure pressure for Nvidia, just trying to keep up with demand. If we connect all these threads to the bigger picture, it's clear these aren't just technical challenges. They're profoundly reshaping our societies, our economies, and even our psychological well-being at a global level.
Okay, so given all this complexity, what does this all mean for navigating the future? It just screams for ethical and regulatory imperatives, doesn't it? We absolutely need to address AI bias and those frustrating black box issues where we can't see how decisions are actually being made.
Indeed. The risk of algorithmic black boxes and inherent bias is evident across critical sectors like healthcare and banking. For instance, if banking AI is trained on biased historical data, it could lead to discriminatory judgments against minority groups when assessing loan applications. It's a real problem. What many experts are really pushing for is more transparency and move towards open-source code and multi-party validation. And crucially, clear AI explainability and traceability standards. Basically, we need to understand how these black boxes are arriving at their decisions.
Right, lift the lid. And there's a strong, urgent call for international regulation, too. Our sources emphasize that the global community must urgently regulate AI on legal and ethical frameworks, especially concerning the terrifying prospect of autonomous weapon systems and the risk of chain escalation from an algorithm's misjudgment. That's nightmare fuel.
It really is. And while the U.S. Federal Election Commission has introduced transparency laws for AI-generated political ads, which is a step, detection and regulation are always in a catch-up state due to AI's rapid, almost exponential development. You regulate one thing, something new pops up. This necessitates international collaboration to formulate unified standards because a problem that transcends borders requires solutions that do the same. It's truly a global chess game.
Absolutely. And crucially, there's a powerful recurring theme across all these sources, the absolute necessity of human oversight in AI systems. The human still bears the ultimate decision-making role in AI models and banking, for instance. They're talking about human-machine co-governance.
Exactly. And systems like BrainMets.ai for diagnosing brain tumors are explicitly not designed to replace doctors, but to assist radiologists, making them more efficient, not redundant. Even those AI-generated scientific podcasts we mentioned are leaning towards a human-machine hybrid mode, with human experts reviewing the content before it's released. The message is clear. AI is a powerful tool, but the human must remain firmly in the loop, wielding the ultimate judgment.
Human in the loop. Okay, so when we zoom out, what does this all mean for different parts of the world? It seems like every region is grappling with similar core issues, but maybe with their own unique flavor of opportunities and challenges. Europe, for example, seems heavily focused on regulation and ethical use, perhaps leading the way on safeguards.
That seems right. They're definitely putting a strong emphasis there. China, meanwhile, is prioritizing industrial upgrades and the rapid commercialization of frontier tech. They have this Hefe model, which emphasizes government, industry, university research collaboration to drive rapid adoption and innovation. Very state-driven.
Interesting contrast. And India.
India is rapidly growing its AI economy, as we noted, projected to hit $17 billion by 2027, driven by its massive data scale and that surge in AI startups, with a strong focus on building its domestic AI ecosystem. They're even developing their own language models, like through the India AI Mission and Machini project.
Right, building their own capacity.
Exactly. Meanwhile, the U.S. maintains its leadership in core AI development, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. But it faces significant challenges like potential widespread job displacement and those truly immense energy and infrastructure demands we talked about, like with XAI. Each region is navigating this complex future with its own set of priorities and pressures.
So as our deep dive concludes today, it's clearer than ever that AI in 2025 is a technology standing at a really critical juncture. It offers these unprecedented opportunities for innovation and prosperity across pretty much every sector imaginable, but it also poses severe immediate risks in cybersecurity, pervasive fraud, electoral integrity, and even our social well-being.
Mhm. And the recurring themes across all these sources point to the urgent, undeniable need for robust regulation, clear ethical guidelines, a human-centered approach to AI deployment, definitely, and absolutely massive forward-thinking investment in the infrastructure required to support this new era. It's not optional.
Yeah, it really isn't. As AI becomes more integrated into every facet of our lives, the real deep dive might just be into ourselves. How much are we willing to change? And maybe how quickly to keep pace with the intelligence we're creating? And perhaps more importantly, what kind of human AI partnership do we truly want to build for the future? One of dominance, maybe, or one of collaborative wisdom? Something to think about.